Everybody in the room, can you please give a huge round of applause and give it up for Marrron? Remember to say Marrron. Hello, good evening. How are we doing in the Brunswick tonight downstairs? It's good? Everybody having a nice time? The sisters are really kicking it tonight, right? Well done to the sisters. So my name is Marrron. Have we met before?
Yes.
Yeah? Probably the sort of person you don't forget in a hurry. Either way. I'm basically here. This is my 4th week at the Brunswick open mic. 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Woo! Thank you. Woo! And the reason I'm doing this, I've been questioning why do I keep doing this? This is a thing that's been really going on in my head since I started this journey. And the penny dropped this week. I'm here for therapy. Because there is just something really kind of quite unusual, I think, about anybody that comes up here. And what's been going on is this idea. Oh, Nick, can you give us 2 minutes as well? Because I don't have songs, I can't play music. But it's been this fear that I think's kind of held me back my whole life. This idea about, when you feel you'd like to do something, you feel a bit of a pull. Quite a lot of people here that'll be music can relate to that. And then there's this fear, there's a feeling, and there's a voice that comes out and tells you, but you can't do that. Nobody's going to like you. Nobody's going to find you funny. So that's kind of why we're here. So I'd like to tell you a little bit more, but I'd like you to so we can turn this into a therapy session for me. Because good therapy is not cheap, right? It's about you could pay 100 quid an hour for good therapy. That's a lot of money. And I've got, I don't know how many people here this week, probably about 40 or so. It seems like more. I don't know if it's because we're downstairs. So that's a lot of therapy. So I'm just loving this. So I'd like you to invite me to talk a little bit more. So Marrron can come out and play a little bit more. So I'd like you to repeat after me, good people of the Brunswick. Marrron, how's your week been, Marrron?
Marrron, how's your week been, Marrron?
Well, as always, I like to start with the superficial stuff about going shopping, and we could talk about the clocks going forward this week, but I'm here to be real. I'm here to reveal myself, as you can kind of tell. I am wearing dark underwear, just in case. Sort of working on this fear thing. It's been a bit of a head fuck, really, this week, if I can be completely honest, because I did the 3rd open mic last Monday upstairs, and at the time I quite enjoyed it, because I love being around people, I love interacting with people, I love connecting people and sharing kind of real stuff. But I kind of had this, I think they call it a vulnerability hangover. I just wanted to go back in my shell, even though I enjoyed it and it felt right. I had some really rough days. I was in pain. I sort of shut myself away from the world. And I think a big part of that has been about needing external validation, wanting people to love me. So every time, sorry?
I love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you too. It's just really nice. I feel like we are starting to bond, not just tonight, but the week after week. And yeah, like love. We'll talk about love. I might do that next week, because I've made this commitment. There's this voice. How many voices do you have in your head? I've got quite a few, so I don't want to scare anyone too much. But one of these voices has been about feeling this calling, wanting to do this, but that without knowing really why. And I think it is about, for somebody that like me has worn a mask their whole life and wanting to get validation from other people and to know that I'm okay as I am, to actually just kind of doing this and kind of see what happens. And I made this commitment to myself. I thought, this feels like pretty good medicine, this kind of group therapy work that I'm kind of basically here, and this is what I'm here to do. So what would it be like if no matter what, whether people laugh, because I'm not here to make people laugh, which takes a bit of pressure. I could go to a comedy club, but there's the expectation to make people laugh. I don't know how I kind of feel about that. So no matter what, this idea of doing one open mic, talking, because I can't play music, I love the music's been here, it's amazing. No matter what, no matter if no matter if nobody says they love me, even when that happens, just to keep going, no matter what. So I'm running out of friends. Somebody comes down each week and records me. And the lovely Gemma's here for 2 weeks in a row, which has never happened before, so thank you, Gemma. And it's really interesting what's kind of going on, because I'm okay with the fact that people got their own lives, and it's a 10-minute slot, right? So I record it, upload it to YouTube, and it's on the channel God Told Us to Do It, because I'm not religious, but it's got a bit of a funny thing. If you're an American president, you can get away with it, so why can't we? When you get that feeling, when you get that feeling, you really want to kind of just do it. In that moment, you want to go over and say hello to that person, and it's fear that holds us back. So no matter what, committing to one open mic, running out of outfits, because it's going to be an expensive hobby, no matter what. I haven't got any likes. I keep putting the videos up there, and like last week was like, I don't know, I've got no idea what this is about really, or if it's any good or whatever, but that doesn't matter, it's not the point. We go with these labels about right and wrong, what's good, what's bad, but I'm just going to keep doing it because it feels strong. And last week was a tough mountain. There's a part of me that was like, no, Marrron, we're going to kill off, who is this Marrron? We're going to kill off this Marrron Marrron character, because it's just, what's the kind of point in it? So it feels like I've climbed over this big mountain, because I think what I'd like to show people is that all we're okay as we are. We've been in situations, who hasn't had that thought in their head, I'm not good enough, I'm too fat, too thin, too old, too young, I'm too much like this. Can you relate to that? Yep. Everybody that's had that thought in their head, I'm too this. Yep. So they give me a woo! Woo! Right, so we're getting somewhere. We all got this shit going on inside us, and this voice inside that says we're not kind of good enough. And I think this is just a bit of an experiment. I'm just going to keep going with this until they kind of, I'm not going to hurt anyone. I don't want to, I want you to like me, not because of any reason other than I hope you get something from it, That's what I want. So I'm just going to keep doing it, even if people sound shit. It doesn't really bother me anymore. I mean, look, I can't wear,
Chase those clouds away, Ron.
Say again?
Chase those clouds away.
Chase those clouds away, or clowns.
Make us feel better.
Yeah, that's it. Everyone's starting to feel a bit better? Yeah. And this is the thing, it's like, the mind is such a tricky thing. It's just basically a meaning-making machine. That's as I see it, and it gives us, these thoughts, they're real, but they're not the truth. This is what I think. So it's just having that. This was a tough week for me, because I was starting to believe all this stuff. And then you kind of realise, no, it's good that stuff is coming up. It's almost like the enemy has to show itself, and this stuff that's kind of held me back my whole life. So I can see you now, you little asshole, and I don't have to listen. That mind. I mean, I know it's about, I could call it a little asshole or be very unpleasant, but they say that what you resist persists, and to actually show that bit of love to that little asshole, because it wants to keep us safe, that voice. That's what it's there for, right? We're not good enough and all this stuff, because we want to fit in a lot of the time, I'm sort of done with that. I changed into a new decade last August. Do you want to guess what decade I've just entered a few months ago? 20. If you just said, thank you. I feel that, when you pay a compliment, it's like, if it's believable, because I do dye my hair grey.
Marrron, this is your 2 minute warning.
2 minute warning, okay. What do you want to talk about? Because part of it as well, if anyone that's been to see me before will probably remember most of the time I've rehearsed stuff, I've had stuff in my head, I thought, okay, I need to say this, I need to say that, because it's a safety net, but this time I didn't really have much an idea what I was going to talk about, so it's a bit different this week, it's all very experimental. I've talked about pot noodles and masturbation quite a lot, if you've seen that. Which is all, well, actually, maybe we should do that again, because there's more mileage in that, it seems like. Who's had a pot noodle this week? Who's had a wank this week? Whoa, okay. So more wanks than pot noodles. It's probably a good thing, actually. It's like, what's healthier? I mean, probably too much of anything isn't good, but can I just invite you all, if you're with me, what I'd like to do is spread a little love around the world. So I invite you, all those that want to participate, place one hand over your heart and one on your stomach. And if you just allow your eyes to close and go inwards. And I'd just like you to think about somebody, a friend, a family member, somebody that you've got a deep sense of love for. Whoever that might be. And if you just think about that person, maybe something that could do with some love right now, and I'd just like you to send them some love from your heart. And now, once you have that feeling, if you could extend that to the whole of Brighton, including all the people you don't like very much. And then extend that out to the whole world. May all beings be happy. And then just have that feeling. Send that to yourself as well. Just a lot of love. Though actually you're doing pretty well. It's not easy being a human. Particularly, there's a lot of challenges going around. So just allow yourself to receive some love. That you're actually doing pretty well on this journey. Okay, thank you. So I decided this week I wasn't going to listen to this little arsehole voice in my head that's only trying to keep you safe, so the show must go on. Thank you guys, have a beautiful night.
Everyone please give it up for Marrron! Guys, of the open mic, this is hilarious. I just had someone